where's the beef? Hey, where's the beef? I don't think there's anybody back there.
I did the running of the bulls.
We'll start out with the bladdle-laddle-laddles.
How weird is that? Hi, welcome to Comedy Parenting Radio. My name is Jerry, and this is a show that provides 24-hour-a-day, year-round entertainment, 7 to 5, Monday through Friday. We want to welcome all of our listeners from the Windy City, the Big Apple, and Tinseltown.
Doesn't anyone live in a regular city anymore?
Well, that's what they are, you know. Anyway, today we've got the full complement here in the studio. What's going on with you, Josiah?
I couldn't even go up the stairs, so you guys had to bring me up a wheelchair for running today.
Oh, yeah, your legs are very tired. How about you, Courtney?
I'm sure at some point in time my muscles will start working again.
Joshua?
Apparently, Josiah is tired, even though he barely ran any.
And Elijah?
Stiff as starch.
Stiff as starch. Okay, if you haven't guessed yet, today we're going to be talking about running. And if you're listening, just run on over and get Mark and tell him this is the show for him. Get up off the couch. We'll be talking about running. We'll be right back.
Baby, run, cut a path across the blue skies.
Are you a failure as a parent or grandparent? Do your little ones cry for no apparent reason?
Do you have lots of money?
If you answered yes to these or any other invasive questions, we have good news for you. Treesock Press was named after a cat.
A very cute cat.
Treesock Press printed a book. That book is available in nearly indestructible hardback form and is printed with non-toxic ink so your little dinosaur can virtually eat the book. If this all seems too good to be true, you can go buy a cheap Disney book that's printed in China. Books printed in China aren't as good for teething toddlers as ones printed in Wisconsin.
What's the name of our book?
Dad the Tooth Fairy Didn't Come. This book is funnier than a root canal on a sinking ship.
I didn't know ships had teeth.
Order your copies of Dad the Tooth Fairy Didn't Come from Amazon today. Or tomorrow if you're on the international date line.
You keep on at this. He doesn't have to shoot you now. Ha! That's it! Hold it right there! Pronoun trouble. It's not he doesn't have to shoot you now. It's he doesn't have to shoot me now. Well, I say he does have to shoot me now. So shoot me now!
You are listening to Comedy Parenting Radio with your host, Jerry Begley.
You guys just finished a big race today, didn't you?
Yes. Elijah and I did, at least.
Yeah, Elijah and Courtney were signed up for the race. And about how far did you run in this race?
5 miles.
6 miles.
And this is the first race you've ever done in your life, isn't it?
Yeah, we didn't even train for it or anything.
Yeah.
Well, I beg to differ about the training, but we'll get to that in just a minute. And Joshua and Josiah and I, we were the crowd, weren't we?
We gave rousing cheers and blew air horns every time they came around a mile.
Did you see that guy that just about passed out the first time I blew the air horn when they came around?
Yes.
He looked at me and said, "Thanks for giving me the warning." And I looked at him and said, "I didn't give you a warning."
I think it was sarcastic.
So you guys ran, and it was on a rubberized track.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and tell us a little bit about that race.
Well, it was rather tedious. You have an hour to run as much as you can. And I got a little lonely because I didn't know anybody there except for Elijah.
It's lonely at the back of the pack, isn't it?
Back of the pack? Actually, no.
No, more like the front of the pack.
Oh, it's lonely at the front of the pack. Wow, I've never experienced that loneliness. And Josiah and Joshua, you guys jumped in and you ran alongside those guys a little bit, didn't you?
For a lap or two.
And what were you wearing, Joshua?
Slacks and dress shoes.
Yeah, slacks and dress, you looked really handsome going around the track next to your brother who had on his new shorts and shoes and all that. And Josiah, what were you wearing when you ran out on the track?
Nice clothing.
And an umbrella. It was raining today, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
It
raining.
rained pretty hard, so I went over to the people who gave them rubber bands and put it over their heads.
Oh, yeah.
I also clapped for the people who got rubber bands.
So you guys were running for money, right? You get money per lap, etc.?
Yep.
We don't get money.
We get money just to donate to other places. Yeah.
And how many laps did you do?
I did 24.
I did 20.
Now, 2 days before this race, I looked at Elijah and said, do you have any tennis shoes to wear to run in a race? And you said,
Nope.
all he had was his black combat boots to wear. And so he was thinking of maybe wearing his combat boots for the race. I said, we're not going to do that. So we drove a total of about 90 miles to get him some tennis shoes to run in the race, didn't we, Elijah?
Yes.
And some nifty shorts because you were going to wear army fatigues too.
Well, that was better than my idea to run in a full suit.
A 3-piece suit.
And a cummerbund.
Yeah. Boy, those cummerbunds really are in the way when you're running around the tracks, aren't they?
Courtney being in the back. Lonely, she's Mrs. Lonely. She has
I'm not married.
nobody.
Actually, she wasn't lonely because she just kept on passing people. But it is pretty lonely on one side of the track because there's no one over there and it's
Kind of
raining.
dark and wild animals.
And sad violin music was playing all the time.
And it was in black and white as you ran behind the bleachers.
If they had had some music, that would be better. Would have been better.
Wait, at one point, as you're running by, you requested music, didn't you?
That I did.
Did it help?
Not really. I couldn't find a good song to get a rhythm to.
You know, we were talking about that. I said, "Where's Courtney?" And Josh is like, "She's been behind the bleachers." And I said, "She's been over there for a couple minutes." It's probably like, let's see, that's not the right. What's the name of that?
Pandora.
It's like I got to find a better Pandora station for running.
I never stopped ever.
No, but you went really slow.
If not
no,
backwards.
I walked fast and looked at my phone.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, picture this: teenager walking fast, looking at a phone.
I'm only one call away.
How weird is that?
Very far-fetched.
Superman got nothing on me. I'm only one.
Comedy,
Parenting.
Radio.
When your kid rips holes in their pants at the playground, when your princess needs an outfit for that birthday party, when you come home from grandma's and can't find the other shoe for the baby, it's time to stop in at Once Upon a Child in Glenwood Springs, Colorado. This store is chock full of gently used clothes, toys, and shoes. You'll save so much money you can hide extra changes of clothes in PVC tubes out in the woods for the zombie apocalypse. Once Upon a Child, located next to Walmart in Glenwood Springs, Colorado. Give them a visit before you see zombies at Grandma's birthday party. Okay, Comedy Parenting Radio talking about running. Courtney and Elijah just finished a big race today. Does anybody have blisters?
I do.
I think I might have one.
Yeah, nothing like brand new running shoes to give you blisters, huh?
Actually, those were the most comfortable shoes I have had in forever.
I rest my case.
When I would run, I would keep a specific breathing pattern and then have something, and then I'd say something with that breathing pattern, like I'd breathe in a certain way and then breathe out a certain way, and then, but after like I ran 3 miles, I just had to start saying to myself, 1 foot after the other, 1 foot after the other.
What was your pace, Courtney?
Bladdle, laddle, 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 laddle.
And then
I had it down.
I know
Like,
you
I
would
would
go.
go bladdle, laddle, laddle for half the track, and then I'd walk for half the track, and then go bladdle, laddle, laddle. I did pretty good.
Could we have you as a running coach for people?
Yeah.
I want you to start out with. Are we starting out with bladdle laddle, or are we starting out with the?
We'll start out with the blattle-laddle-laddles.
Oh, okay. And then after one lap. And by the way, you were in about first or second place for that first lap.
I was in second place for that first lap.
Oh,
yes.
my word. It was just like the tortoise and the blattle-laddle.
I had third.
Speaking of breathing patterns, the way I do breathing patterns is inhaling and exhaling. Tom Jones, it's not unusual.
It's not unusual to be tired when you run.
Inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale, inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale. So it's like da 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 da.
I would just probably just do something funny and inhale and exhale the Benny Hill theme. Go.
Let's play the Benny Hill theme right now so people can hear that one, okay? Here we go. So that's Josiah's pattern for when he runs, or it's also his pattern when he's just around the house, period. Just doing normal stuff.
That could be his theme song.
It sounds like you guys are hyperventilating.
I got to tell the people out there that you guys don't normally just get out and run on a track because the closest track to us is about 30 miles away. So this was new for you. So where do you normally run when you're around here in Marble, Colorado?
Either down a road or over the edge.
Over the edge of what?
The road.
Cliff.
If it was a ski run, what would it be rated?
I'm going to say a black or to a double black.
How far is it to get into the town of Marble from our place?
Well, if you go by the road, it's about 3 miles.
If you go by the road, but you normally don't, do you?
No.
You run where?
Down
Over
the hill.
edge.
Straight down the mountain.
Yeah, that's pretty true. Pretty true. We're little mountain goats.
Okay, Comedy Parenting Radio talking about running. We'll be right back.
Speak up, because you can. Your mind is a powerful tool, and so is your freedom of speech. So use it. It's what separates you from being a number to being an individual. Thoughts, beliefs, opinions, creativity. It's what makes you, you. Stand proud and say it loud. Know your rights. Know your freedom to speak. This message is brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters, Education Foundation, and the Broadcast Education Association.
Captain, I must inform you, you are listening to Comedy Parenting Radio.
You know, I used to be quite the wildland runner myself.
Oh, really?
Yeah. When I was on the trail crew for the U.S. Forest Service here in the Aspen area, we would backpack all day long, work on the trails, chop trees, shovel, pickaxe, all that kind of stuff. And then in the evening, after dinner, we would put on our hiking boots and just go running on the mountain trails up in the wilderness.
Sounds like a lot of fun.
It was a ton of fun. It's just, that's what happens when you have a lot of energy.
How did you have a lot of energy?
After working on the trail all day.
Were you burning the wood you cut down?
No, I ate macaroni and cheese.
So, Dad, when was the last time you ran?
Let's see. Maybe it was like a January or May of 2000.
That's a long time ago.
It just seems like yesterday. Yeah, so once you were born, I never ran anywhere. I was behind a baby stroller most of the time. Oh, we had a baby jogger, a thing you put the baby in and you go jogging. It had the giant wheels. Mm-hmm. So we could go as fast as we wanted to go. So your mom would jog, and I would, whenever I got the stroller, I would just walk. So they called it officially it was called a baby jogger. I called it the baby saunterer. I would just saunter through the streets of Aspen. Oh, I used to run when I was a kid back in Indiana. I remember running away from the bulls. I did the running of the bulls. I just realized it.
Scratch that off your bucket list.
John Gross and I are out in this pasture, and the bull would chase us up the apple tree, and then the bull finally walked away, and then we came down.
How long would that usually take?
About 3 minutes. Okay, this has been Comedy Parenting Radio, talking about running. I want to thank you guys for coming up in the studio today.
It's been fun.
And before you guys go, would you mind taking this moleskin and fixing all those blisters on your feet?
Yep.
I'll run down and get some more.
Bye-bye.
A licensed driver with nothing to do? Where would I find such a loser?